So I don't understand what everyone's freaking out about with this, but Damian Lillard has been bought out. This is wild. You don't see that often in the NBA. But he is going to get the rest of his money that is owed from the Bucks. But they agreed to a buyout, and the Bucks now are going to owe Damian Lillard $22 million a year for the next 5 years, and it's going to count towards their cap space for 5 years to not have him on the team. They did this so they could make moves and sign Miles Turner from the Pacers. So they ended up getting him. But think about it. The amount, and then they signed Miles Turner to a 3 or 4 year deal for like $107 million. So they're basically, if you count Dame's 22 buyout every year, they're basically paying like $54 million for Miles Turner. Yeah, the Miles Turner that went like 3 for 50 in the NBA Finals from 3. That guy. Pretty wild. But the NBA is freaking out over this deal, as you can see. Some insiders are talking about how reckless this was by the Bucks and whatnot, and how they did Dame dirty. And I don't see how they did him dirty. They basically said, "Hey, we're going to give you all your money. We have to, keep giving you medical care while you're in rehab. We have to do all these things, but we just don't want you on the team right now because we're going to start building and moving forward. So goodbye, but you're going to get your money." That's great, and it allows, I think Dame even said it allows Dame to go sign for a team. Not, any team he wants, not to rush back. He can sign for the minimum, knowing that he's still getting his money from the Pacers. So he can go ring chasing at the end of his career, and hopefully he comes back from that that Achilles injury, and is able to, have a couple productive seasons to finish out his career and be a role player to a title team. And I don't know why anyone's feeling sorry for Dame. Dude just got put in a perfect situation from where he was at. Like, it could not get anybody. You get all your money and you have a chance to go sign with whoever you want. Rumors are he might go sign with Golden State. What up, Bong Time? Glad to see you in here, buddy. Like I was saying, it's like if your boss came up to you and said, "Hey, how about this, B. McCormick?" UPS comes up to you and says, "B. McCormick, you've been doing a great job. We've enjoyed having you here. We're going to pay you your full salary plus benefits, plus continue to contribute to your 401k, medical care, all that stuff for the next 3 years. But we're going to let you go. All right, we're going to let you go, but you're guaranteed to get paid every year. We're going to cut you a check." Okay? And you can go work for you can go work for FedEx, you can go work for someone else. It's fine. We don't care. We're still going to pay you. We're still going to give you medical care, contribute to your 401k. Just consider this one big old vacation. I think all of us would take that, right? No love lost. I'd be shaking my boss's hand on the way out and said, "Thank you. Thank you. Now I can go annoy everyone on the internet." I can stream all the time. It's like if your boss said that and it's like, you can go chase your dream now. Like, you go try to find that dream job that you wanted, knowing that you have financial security. But let's see what this article's talking about here. The Milwaukee Bucks stunned the NBA universe Tuesday morning when it reported by Shams that they agreed to a 4-year, $107 million contract with Miles Turner. Milwaukee wasn't a team with cap space. The franchise created the necessary room to sign Turner by waiving Hall of Famer Damian Lillard, an all-star in his 2 seasons in Milwaukee, who is owed more than $110 million over the final 2 years of his contract. So basically, instead of doing it over 2 years, they're going to spread it out over 5. Let's see. The reason why they were able to sign Miles Turner is because the Pacers had all the intentions of bringing Turner back, but Tyrese Halliburton's injury changed everything. They know that next year is probably a lost season. They're going to let Turner go and start rebuilding for when Halliburton comes back after next season. Let's see. What does this mean for the Bucks? With Giannis on the roster, the Bucks are always under pressure to win, and after losing in the first round of the playoffs for 3 consecutive seasons, including a 5-game rout by the Pacers a couple months ago, the pressure only intensifies. During the series, Lillard went down with an Achilles tear, leaving Milwaukee with a $54 million hole in its roster. And limited draft assets. Yeah, they don't have any draft picks. Giannis has made it public he desires to win multiple championships and that he's going to monitor the team situation to consider whether he wants to stay in Milwaukee or be traded. So rather than just re-signing most of the players outside of Brook Lopez, who agreed to a deal with the Clippers, the Bucks started making moves. Now, these moves that they're making, I don't know if that makes... What up, B-Money? What up, B-Money? How you doing? Good morning. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. I don't know, these moves that they're making, it's just a bunch of... It's outside of the Miles Turner signing, and even Miles Turner, like he didn't have a great playoff run, really. He wasn't all that effective. He was terrible defensively too. But they have Giannis and their whole team is a bunch of bench players, guys that should be coming off the bench. Some of those guys are going to have to start. B. McCormick hit 2 parlays last night for 20 units. Let's go. Let's go. Alex, how we doing? One executive calls this move by the Bucks reckless. That's a move you talk yourself into in the boardroom in July when you have nowhere else to go and you turn a bad situation into a worse one. They're going to look at this 2 years and say, what did we do? Why? The cap keeps going up and up and up, 10% every year. So instead of taking a $54 million hit 2 years in a row for a guy that can't play for you, you now it's a $22 million hit over each year for the next 5 years. That's more manageable. I feel like you can piece together more stuff with that extra created cap space. Now, if you want to criticize the Turner signing, go for it. Go for it. What's crazy is if you look at the numbers, Turner and Brook Lopez, although Turner is 8 years younger, their numbers last season were virtually identical. But Turner's now making 3 times as much money as Brook Lopez was. But, it's one season. Maybe, I mean, there's more potential upside with Turner than Brook Lopez. And push comes to shove, I think I'd rather kick the tires on a younger player. If they're virtually identical, I'll pay a little bit more for the younger player. Like, I think what the Bucks did here was just fine. It's like, if you like the guy, go get him, sign him. The contract's really not that ridiculous. And worst case, it's a great trade asset if you need to make a trade in the future. So, B. McCormick said, still waking up over here. Heat is sucking the life out of me this week. Here, buddy, stay hydrated. Stay hydrated. Once a team stretches the salary of a player, there's no turning back. The Bucks can't trade the salary or reduce it in any way, shape, or form. Instead, it's stuck on their books until it goes away. Essentially, Bucks are paying more than $50 million a year for the right to have Turner on their roster. Yep. What does it mean for the Pacers? Indiana has been signaling throughout the playoffs run that it was going to re-sign Turner, who spent the first 10 seasons of his career with the team and become the backbone of their locker room. But doing so would have meant going into the luxury tax, something the Pacers haven't done in 20 years. This team does not like to pay. Very, very frugal. Very, very frugal. Although Turner's coming off one of the best seasons of his career, it wasn't all that great either. He struggled during the later rounds of the playoffs, especially in the finals against OKC. Averaging 10.6 points per game, 37.7% shooting, 21% from 3. But, that's what you got to do. Now, how does this affect Giannis? Patriot enjoys the Heat lizard life. I bet you do, buddy. I bet you do. We still don't know. Bottom line is we still don't know if this makes. You got to think that the Bucks aren't making these moves without Giannis's approval, right? They're not doing it without. It'd be wild to make all these moves without asking, "Hey, Giannis, is this okay?" If they're trying to keep him, which we would assume they're trying to keep him, or else why not? Why not move him by now? But we'll see. We'll see. Um, Giannis, obviously, he's signed for the next 2 seasons of $54 million, 58 million. And he has a player option for almost 63 million in 27-28 season that he'll likely end up opting out of and signing an extension instead that pays him even more. Yes, this was just telling us that Giannis is good. Now, Lillard is a great deal for Lillard, like I said, but let's see what they think about this Lillard. The Bucks went 73-43 during the regular season when both Giannis and Lillard shared the floor. But they played in only 3 playoff games together. Yeah, you kind of got to be available. While at least the current expectations, sources say, is Lillard won't sign with anyone for the 25-26 season, but now we'll get all his money owed to him, and we'll get a chance to spend the next 12 to 18 months rehabbing his injuries and choosing his next destination for his first time in his career. Got to remember, Lillard is a loyal guy too. Remember, he could have left Portland a long time ago, and he chose not to because he said he wanted to be there. That he doesn't like ring chasing. He wanted to try to win it where he was under contract and where by the team that took him, right? So we'll see. But this is the first time in his career that he is an unrestricted free agent. He can now go ring chase, and you got to think that he will be doing so once he rehabs from this injury because he can't feel guilty about it now. He's not letting anyone down. He doesn't have a team. So we'll see. So yeah, I don't know how this is reckless. I understand that it's risky, but I think it was a good move by the Bucks. You know, you got to move on. You got to move on. You got to try to salvage what you can because you weren't going to be able to sign anyone for Giannis, and then you're probably using Giannis, and then you're in a real pickle because you have no draft picks, no cap space. So your only option is to trade Giannis to free up cap space, and you would get a boatload of draft picks, but you never know how good those draft picks are going to be. So wherever Giannis goes, that team should be good for the next 3 years, right? You're not going to get a lottery pick. You're not going to get a lottery pick, but that's my thoughts on this. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you guys on the next video.